Thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries hotline. You've reached Anthony. Leave a message after the beep.
This message is for Papa Joe and Daddy Anthony. I heard you talking shit about me on your podcast. This is Ricky. I am not amused. You should watch your backs. You never know when a CPAP hose might get plugged up, or someone trips while carrying a scalding pot of mac and cheese, giving them burns all over their body. These things happen. The home can be a very dangerous place.
Good evening. This is Beards and Sundries Podcast News, your one-stop news shop every Sunday, with your host, Jay. Another host, Anthony. And another host, Joe. We're your Beards and Sundries hosts and news anchors for Season 5 of Beards and Sundries.
Welcome back to the Beards and Sundries News Network!
Calling all cars, calling all cars.
Welcome back to the Beards and Sundries News Network! What do you got going on today, Toots?
My laundry.
Hi.
Hello.
That's right, guys. It's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in each episode.
My name is Jay, and as of now, alcoholism is officially acceptable.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Oh my god, I never had one spill over.
You know what? If
I
it was
guess-
ever going to happen, I'm glad we got it on camera.
I guess I will wear this the rest of the episode.
He said, woo!
Glug, glug, glug.
No, by the
Anthony?
microphone. Put it by...
Who are
Oh,
you,
sorry.
second host?
I thought you were going to do like a whole pour thing. I thought this was just the sequel to last week's
Oh, I thought
intros.
you were just going to start talking, but
Here, sorry, Joey.
I guess we'll keep it all about me.
God. I'm Anthony. A scalding cup of ooh la long you're going to want to pour right down your throat.
No,
Ooh.
I'll pass.
Ow, my polyps.
Asshole today!
I'll just stick with this wine I'm drinking.
And wearing.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm
You
wearing it now,
deserve
too.
that.
I love wine so much that I wear it.
And I'm Joe, and at this point, I'm just looking forward to Project 2028. And that means that today's sundry item is a good old-fashioned bitch fest. Beardos, just in case you've forgotten, this is our show, and we can do whatever we want. Now, Anthony and I accidentally filled up our social calendar all this week, so we are currently recording on Friday night, so we're down to crunch time. And I don't really feel like editing this episode a whole bunch, so today we're going to bitch and moan about whatever we feel like. After the break, we're going to attempt to build our own presidential cabinet that we think would perfectly represent the Beards and Sundries market. And then for game time today, Anthony has a homegrown organic game for us. But before we finish round one of our cocktails this evening, how about this week's voicemail? Todd, if you think that I would ever spill macaroni and cheese, you got another thing coming, bitch.
That's true, and Ricky has tried. That asshole sits right behind you in the kitchen 100% of the time.
I once saw a friend who was walking into her living room, and she had a piece of pizza in one hand and her iPad in the other, and her small dog ran in front of her legs and tripped her. Now, she kept a hold of the pizza, and the iPad went right onto the floor. So, if that's where you need to get your priorities from, it's where I got mine from, that's for sure.
That mac and cheese is not getting spilled.
Well, and I also used to work a restaurant, and I don't know if Joe ever experienced this, but I'll talk over him if he does. But when I was in a restaurant, people like to try and prank you and trip you. And so I just got like people that you work with, just to clarify.
I was like,
Literally
customers?
employees. sorry, not customers, but employees will just like throw their foot out to like play a game because it's funny to watch you crash and burn with your plate full of food. But
Yes.
you really quickly just get a habit of being like, I'm going to step over this. And so you get very self-aware of what's around your feet.
Oh, I thought you meant like pranks, like kind of diet hazing a little bit, because we did that certainly at Red Lobster. We used to tell the new servers that they had to go empty the hot water every night, and we would get them get about 3 or 4 buckets in before we'd tell them, "Oh, we're just kidding. That's connected to a central line outside." So we'd all be like walking around them doing all of our side work and just letting them empty the hot water at night. You know, it has to be done every night.
Assholes.
It's the easiest side work. Go ahead and try it.
I don't know if we ever hazed anyone really, but it was definitely like the, oh, you're new, this is your job situation.
Wow.
And that's just the 3 of us every week here at the Beards and Sundries Market.
That's true.
beardsandsundries@gmail.com or
Anthony.
405-999-2242.
Anthony, go scrub the toilets.
No. Fuck off.
And that's how it goes here at the Beards and Sundries Market. Great job, Anthony.
Which is why the toilets are not clean. Well, thank you, Todd. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Todd.
I mean, Ricky.
I also like how aggressive
Yeah.
Ricky is. That's 2 voicemails now. Ricky's
an
a little
asshole.
pissed off.
I gotta
Honestly,
say that's very close to how he sounds.
That's
So
on brand,
That was a
too.
very good rendition of Ricky.
And my CPAP hose has come off of my mask a couple of times during the night, and there is no telling whether or not that's Ricky's fault.
He's just
I'll just wake up and I'm like,
with his little feet just pulling
regular
off.
breathing.
Arr.
Oh my god, I'm raw dogging natural air.
I hate it. It's not filtered at all.
And because we're not used to that now, like our voices sound exactly like that. We're like, hey,
I know.
oh my god,
God, I hate it. I wake up and I'm like, what's wrong with me?
what's wrong?
That's just me every day.
Because it's funny, like when I get up and I'm like talking to Reggie, and I'm like, hey, what the hell's wrong?
Well, Joe, do you think I can find an attorney general and a trial for a pedophile?
Sorry, yes.
Or in,
In
the
aisle
sundries
4?
aisle?
I was like, in aisle 4? I mean, yeah, there's like
Yeah,
3
sure.
or 4 pending. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an old English word meaning odds and ends. Now, today it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as 3 Friday-loving gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. That's it.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
It has been a hell of a week, and not just with everything going on, but just like work has been so fucking busy, and we have been so fucking busy. I need things to like stop for a second.
I'm not going to blame this on the election or anything like that because I'll just get too paranoid in my own head, but I have observed people being more comfortable being dumb, I think. And I don't know if that's true because of the election or if because they feel more confident now that they can do whatever they want or if I'm just seeing behavior that I was seeing all the time already. But there's been a lot of stupid this week. A lot
probably
of fucking stupid this week.
Combination of those 3 things, because then, like, you know, when you really are looking for it, you're gonna find it.
I'll be honest.
Case, yeah.
As I keep mentioning that I'm not really in the angry or disappointed stage, I'm actually very much enjoying what's happening now because regardless, I'm going to suffer. So, I'm enjoying watching the stupidity just play out. I'm like, you guys are hanging yourself with your own rope, and I'm kind of enjoying watching you literally wrap the nooses around your neck. So I'm just like,
Yes.
I am
Yes, they
actually
are.
really starting to enjoy that because I think the people who weren't listening because they were all amped up on the drug of DJ Trump
the economy.
are starting to realize, like, a good example is I've got a friend who he works as an ops coordinator. Like, basically, he's sort of like a COO, but without the title for a small company that does like rifle and small arms parts. So they make like attachments essentially. Like if you were to buy a specialized scope or like a stock or things like that, they do that. So obviously he's surrounded by these. It's not a big business. There's only a handful of people there, but like there are plenty of Trumpers. But like he and a couple of his other coworkers had to explain to one of the veterans that they work with about what's going to happen with VA benefits and how like Trump plans to gut it. And he apparently was shocked. And I was like, how are you shocked? We knew about it the whole time.
See, you say we, and you mean you, and not
You mean
that
informed
guy.
people.
I just mean, I guess, people who didn't just say, I'm going to do my own research because that's what Donald Trump tells me to do. And funny enough, my research always comes down to the things he wants me to find out. Weird how that works, right?
Well.
So I was researching on project2025.com.
I really was thinking about that at some point, either today or yesterday. And I was like, do people who do their own research, let me put that in massive sarcasm quotes, understand how research works? Do they understand that the process of research is implicitly not supposed to be a solo thing? Like you
no.
have to get
And also, their version of research is saying, did Kamala Harris sleep her way to the top? Google,
Oh, yeah.
send. And then what
Right.
happens is it pulls up every article that's exactly what they want because they're like, this is what I want.
it's just
You know what I keep
wild
thinking
to
is
me.
super funny? It would be funny if they re-released Project 2025, but they just changed all the language and wording to be what they actually want. And, like, people rereading it be like, whoa, no, that's not what I wanted. And be like, yes, it is.
Have
That's
you
what you
read
voted
any
for.
of that document? Because it's pretty implicitly awful.
No, like, I mean, like, we want to control females' bodies.
Yeah, that's basically what it says. I mean,
It does say that,
It doesn't say exactly that, but it
but
is.
that's what I mean. To make
Oh,
it say
okay.
exactly that and make them say, oh, this sounds great, I'm going to vote for it, because they did.
But he said he wasn't a part of it.
And Donald J. Trump has never lied before in his life.
Never lied, and definitely never was obviously chummy with all the people that were a part of it. Definitely not something.
Don't consult
all.
the Associated Press for how often he lies, because that's also
Everything
a lie.
is fake news if they talk negative about Trump. What's so weird is, God, what point of history does this keep just reminding
It's just
me
weird.
of?
Yeah,
It
I can't think.
so fucking similar.
I don't know, this thought seems kind of hollow, Jay.
Well, I'll think of it at one point.
There could be a cost and effect here. I don't know.
A Costin effect.
Oh, sorry, cause and
go.
effect. I didn't.
Like a Costin effect. I feel like we're playing Magic the Gathering now. Now you're in
Yeah,
my
that's
territory.
what I'm talking about for sure.
I see, and I feel like we're playing Mousetrap.
Oh,
We're just literally like every step going, God, I hope we don't get trapped in this cage.
I feel like
I think-
it's sort of
oh,
like
God.
a game of Monopoly when you know you've lost, but you're watching everybody else like realize that the person they've been making all the bias deals with this whole time is about to like take over the board, and there's nothing they can do about it, and you're already fucked. So you're just like, told you so, you fucking idiots.
I think we're playing Mousetrap, but I think that Elon Musk has all the cheese, and we're just trying to get little nibbles.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Or this is
Shelon.
also a game of like Uno, where I'm just sitting here with a pile of cards in my hand, and everyone else is doing better. But I'm also watching shit fall apart, so I'm just like, pick 4, okay.
You're playing Uno, and there's one card left, and it is a blue 8, and you look down in your hand, and it is a red 6. And so you have to draw cards. You start drawing.
Just keep
red,
drawing.
red, red,
Never
Red.
an 8 though.
Red.
Never an 8.
red, and that's all there is in the entire
Yep.
country.
This is
that's
actually
what's happening to me.
this is like our game of Mario Party we played with our friend who visited with us last night, where one of us, me, got so far ahead that it was impossible for anybody else to win.
And then I won. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, you didn't know.
No.
But you're right. I did I think this morning I opened up my web browser on my phone to look at something, and immediately the first thing that popped up was a picture of Ryan Walters, which, Beardos, if you don't know who Ryan Walters is, he's a state embarrassment and also our state superintendent. And it's a picture of him
about him.
with his head bowed down, and it's a 90s. He filmed himself for 90 seconds praying to God for Donald J. Trump. He filmed this with the explicit purpose to distribute it to Oklahoma schools and told all superintendents that they had to show it to their children, and that they needed to distribute it to those children's parents. Whoa.
Whoa.
First of all,
I don't even know where to start.
so the absolute fucking ridiculousness, the what's the word I want to use? Basically, the cognitive dissonance of a man who is trying to seem religious, filming himself praying for the explicit purpose of trying to seem religious, is mind-blowing to me, because I'm just like, okay, if you were ever really a Christian, if you really believe this in any capacity, you are so fucked. You are so fucked, because you are going straight to hell, buddy. But on top of that, telling them to distribute it to the children's parents, fuck all the way off with that. But Edmond Public Schools sent out a letter to all of the parents today that was like, hey, we know you probably have questions about this. We will not be showing it to our students. We are going to continue to work our curriculum as we always have. It is always based off of local input and voting. So we're going to continue doing what we've always done. This will not be distributed to your kids, and it won't be distributed to you.
Now, Jay, what would your mother think of this?
I don't know. Let me read the text where she's gaslit herself into everything's normal again, and she's telling me about who she ran into today in text. Anyways, I wanted to go on and actually talk about. Did you see the criteria that Ryan set when he was putting out bids for Bibles, and how nobody could meet them except the mysteriously 2 Bibles that Donald J. Trump endorses?
No way.
And so he was bragging today about the Bibles being the right ones because they're King James and they have the Constitution in them and they have the Declaration of Independence. And so I'm like, you are literally just sucking Donald's dick. I mean, that's just Ryan
exactly
Walters
what he's doing. Just slobbing.
And from what I hear, there's not a lot to suck.
Right.
He's such a little shit baby that
Bitch
this
baby.
is the way he sucks up. I mean, he sucks up because he's a little weasel. That's what he is. He's a fucking little weasel. This is
Isn't
the
he
most
married?
disgusting sort of behavior to suck up to me. When people move up at jobs and kiss ass, this is the super disgusting way that I hate.
It really is.
There's a guy I know at my job that sucked up, moved up, is in a good position now, and I respect every step he took because it was super smart. He's very intelligent, handled it well. When you do it like this, I fucking hate you because you're just literally a shit stain on society.
Yep.
You know who it makes me think of is Judy Gemstone, the sister.
Yes, and the Righteous
wavy hair,
Gemstones.
who's
She's
always
trying to impress her dad.
I didn't get hit, Daddy. You got to hit me too, Daddy. You didn't slap me, Daddy. I did good too. He didn't do very good. I did real good too. That's him with those fucking Bibles. And Trump is like, who are you?
I know. That's the best part of all this is I still don't think that Donald Trump is even aware of this person, even with how awful he is. But it's this simultaneous thing of he's trying to impress Donald Trump, by praying for Donald Trump and by just getting the Trump Bibles and by like pigeonholing us into this whole thing, he's fucking everyone else over for himself, which is the like absolute definition of a politician. Also,
Yeah.
this man is married. Who is this woman who like says, "Hey, that's fine. Come home to me every day, baby"? Like, no, that would be so
Anthony,
you're
gross.
doing-
Anthony.
Everything you're doing, Ryan, is making me so horny. That's what she says to
Yeah.
him.
She probably grew up reading all of it. She's indoctrinated,
like,
or she's
like-
just so good at acting that she doesn't care.
She's like, I'm so excited that I'm gonna let you soak tonight.
We won't even shake the mattress unless you feel like it.
And she's told him that soaking is when she lays next to him and pours water on his crotch. That's it.
I was actually going to say,
Oh.
she was going to say, like, Ryan, tonight I'm going to give you a TJ. Now, before you guess what that is, it's a tong job. I'm going to get the tongs, the barbecue tongs, and I'm going to...
Use the real metal ones. I don't want that rubber on the end.
No rubber.
Yeah, we'll get real crazy. Use the grill brush on me first.
We're going raw.
Ryan Walters seems stupid enough to me that she could. What is the movie that I'm trying to think of? Right? Oh my God! Adam's Family Values, and Debbie's just like,
Oh,
well,
with,
what
like,
if we are
Joan
having
Cusack?
sex? Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like,
yep.
he's never had sex before, and she's like, well, how do you know we're not having sex now? And that would be Ryan Walters going, oh my God, I am having sex.
Oh,
when
God.
he's
Oh,
still
it's so
fully dressed.
good. It's so good.
Everyone
And
told
that
me
brings
it's
us
great.
to our first mini game, Beardos, and that is Ryan Walters is so stupid, blank. So, Beardos, for this quick game, I went online and I searched for Yo Mama So Stupid jokes. And what we're going to do is we're going to plug in Ryan Walters' name into an article from bestlifeonline.com that I found that is entitled 215 Best Yo Mama Jokes of All Time. Strap in.
Or strap on.
We'll go in intro order, and each of the three of us will pick one and read it out loud for everyone else. Jay, whenever you're ready.
Ryan Walters is so dumb. He thought climate change meant turning up the AC.
Hey, who touched the thermostat?
These are all Yo Mama's So Fat stoked. Oh, okay, there we go.
You can jump to it. Yeah, there you go.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he thought KFC was UFC for chickens.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he got fired from the M&M factory for throwing away all the W's.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he thinks Don't Tread on Me is about banning treadmills.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he thought Dunkin' Donuts was a basketball team.
I would go watch that.
I would too, actually.
Ryan Walters is so stupid, he went to the eye doctor for an iPhone.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he thought Mar-a-Lago was a Taco Bell menu item.
He wants that
Ryan
$5
Walters-
box.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, it takes him 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, when I said drinks are on the house, he got a ladder.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he brought popcorn to a Supreme Court hearing because he thought it was Judge Judy live.
It's just Judgy J.
Judgy J.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Ryan Walters
Ryan-
versus the people. You fucking lost. No arguments.
Oh, God. Yeah, right.
Ryan Walters is so dumb, he put makeup on his forehead so he could make up his mind.
Ryan Walters is so stupid, he got locked in the grocery store and he starved to death.
Ryan Walters is so dumb. Sorry. Ryan Walters is so dumb.
Can't even read a screen.
He thought the House of Representatives was a real estate agency.
That's basically all it is anymore, right?
Oh my god. I think I'm out. I can't think of another one, and I don't want to use any of these anymore.
All right. Well, then I'll wrap it up by saying that Ryan Walters, you are so fucking dumb that you took a ruler to bed to see how long you slept.
And then I'll give a bonus. Ryan Walters is so fucking dumb. When he tried to donate to build the wall, he sent bricks in the mail.
Oh, yes. Very good. Very good, everyone. Very good. And that's a mini game.
That's a mini game. Oh, God, that guy is so fucking stupid.
So fucking stupid. But you know what? A lot of people in Oklahoma are stupid, aren't they?
Yeah, it turns
gave
out,
me
yes. The
entertainment.
answer is yes. Yeah, but I guess I don't have kids, so, it's not my fucking barrel of monkeys.
But if you do, control that shit. Don't let them run around all loosey-goosey everywhere in public.
Don't diarrhea that shit out.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point. Beardos, if you have kids, cool, good for you. Not
No.
everybody hates children like we do.
I do.
But if your child is running around all willy-nilly in a public space, I will run them over. If I'm going through a fucking supermarket aisle and your kid is not, in any kind of control and not paying attention, and you're not paying attention to them, I'll run them the fuck over. I have stopped caring. Your kid will become a casualty of my shopping experience.
It's funny. I feel like I'm actually pretty understanding of kids, but it's the moment I see that the parent is just not doing anything and not paying attention.
Right.
That's when you see me just kind of roll my eyes a lot. Like, it's obvious that I'm like, I think you're...
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
That's-
Your kid
I
is
know,
not
that
everybody
sounds
else's
mean, but-
problem.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
didn't-
not mean. What's mean is taking your child into public and expecting everybody else to please them. Because I didn't have that kid. I didn't make that decision. That's
Yeah.
your fucking choice. So
Well, yeah, they
if
say-
you want to have a kid, you need to grow the fuck up and be a parent.
Anthony, it takes a village.
Yeah, it takes
No.
a village, but you know how many it takes to kidnap your kid? One. Watch your fucking kids.
Ask
Hey,
our boomers
then
who
go
used to open
move.
doors for serial killers.
Then go move to The Village from that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village, where your kid will be trapped in walls and I'll never have to see them again.
That's kind of
Dude.
what they want now.
Dude, kids will talk to me, and I'm just like, didn't your parents say to not talk to strangers? Because, one, I'm pretty fucking strange, and two, don't fucking talk to me. I don't care what you have to say.
It blows my mind. Like, I don't understand how people will just have this child out and about and just ignore it and let it do whatever it wants. And in the meantime, I could run it over. Somebody really could kidnap it. I would never kidnap your child because I fucking hate kids. That seems like such a bad idea. Like, why? But anyways, please fucking kids.
What
Yeah.
is the reason for kidnapping kids? It's in my
I don't know.
head.
Let's
Oh
ask
my
Matt
God.
Gates.
It's a little too... Oh!
But is it time for a break?
I was going to say, the reasons are a little too nefarious to mention here, and that would be kind of a
Yeah,
downer. And I don't think we were
probably.
going for downer vibes.
Well, as we go into our break, I will just let you all know that one time I tripped a child that was on Heelys at JCPenney because they were annoying me and their mother was on the other side of the store. But do you guys think it's time to take a quick break?
I do.
Why not?
And it's time to break a kid's leg.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about our presidential cabinet.
Hey listeners, are you ready to add some spice to your wardrobe? Check out HunkyTops.com, the queer, Latino-owned clothing site that brings you the hottest styles. And here's an exclusive deal just for you, listeners. Get 10% off your first order with the code SUNDRIES. That's right, 10% off when you use the code SUNDRIES at checkout. They do offer sizes above 3XL. Just hit the contact button and request a larger size and they'll accommodate the best they can. So, what are you waiting for? Visit HunkyTops.com today. Explore their amazing styles and wear your pride with confidence. HunkyTops.com. Wear your pride, live your style. Remember, HunkyTops.com. Use code SUNDRIES for 10% off your first order. Order now!
You're listening to the Beards and Sundries podcast, the news source that's still rated 5 out of 6 balls.
So, the news has come out that Donald Trump is starting to build his presidential cabinet, and some of his choices are, well, they're a little scary. For example, the first choice I read about today was RFK Jr. As the top pick for... oh, God, I can't even say it.
I was hoping it was the FDA because he was going to promote us picking up roadkill.
No,
Especially
no,
bears.
his pick for the health secretary is
I was
RFK
like Health
Jr.
and Human
Oh, yeah.
Services. Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
the man who is expressing skepticism over vaccines, and
He's notoriously anti-vax
debunking
and wants to take fluoride out of the drinking water.
he has claimed that he will keep an open mind.
What?
Why is it every Republican says that?
Because they're fucking liars, Jay. Have we
They're
not
like,
established this?
Keep an open mind and think exactly my way. And I'm like, God.
I'll
you're
keep an open
very
mind as long as you
interesting.
say what I want to hear.
I will just say that Kennedy has previously accused the health department of hiding vaccine safety data, but multiple sources have said this is not the case. Yay!
Yay. But you got to do your own research, Joe.
Here's my next one for you. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has advised against releasing a report into allegations of misconduct against Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
Advise
so,
them not to release a report of allegations of misconduct.
What? This report will be damning. Don't you release
No,
it.
it won't. Have we not realized by now that none of this matters? I swear
no
to
one
God,
cares.
I that also pisses me off about Democrats because I'm just like, you guys, let's get fucking real now. We're past the point of playing the game. The game is not even, we're not even playing by the same fucking rules at this point. So don't worry about releasing ethics bullshit because Republicans don't care. They just elected a felon. I mean, if they gave a shit about ethics, we would not be anywhere near here.
Let's also talk about how Elon Musk is the new head of Donald Trump's cost-cutting department, or Doge. I'm not even kidding. It's called that.
And you know what? Alcoholism.
Yeah, I actually need to make myself a drink. I'm sitting over here sober like a chump.
You're not drinking yet?
Not yet. I was just waiting
girl,
until
it's
we got to a
Friday.
certain point. I know. I just wait until we got to a certain point, girl.
Well, I hit that point last Tuesday, but luckily I
Yes.
haven't drank. I haven't had any alcohol in 4 days, so I'm indulging this evening because I don't have to work
for you.
tomorrow.
I had beer last night. I had a happy hour, and then I got back from Target after happy hour. And I was like, fuck it. I don't want to eat leftovers, so then I walked down to McNelly's.
I've had
Oh, I thought you
some-
were going to say you had a sad hour.
I also, this was very weird. No, it was very weird. I'm at McNelly's.
You keep chatting
I-
about this. I'm going to go make a drink while you're...
I sit down at McNelly's, and like some random guy just starts talking to me straight. But so I like just sat there and had straight man conversation, and then he left, and I was like, all right, well, good luck to you, because he's like, good luck, man, in life, and I'm like, oh God, you guys are so weird. Not even 2
Yeah.
minutes later, more guys sit next to me, and they start conversation, and I'm like, is something about me saying, please talk to me, because I'm sitting by myself or something?
I'm not going to lie. With that outfit, you do give me just a little bit of like University of Tulsa pre-law, but like you're rushing a frat, like with the backwards hat. And
I'm at
just the slightest bit of like approachable white guy. Oh yeah, this guy knows what we're talking about, but they don't know that you're a flaming homosexual because you dress
But I was
kind
at
of straight passing.
McNelly's.
Right. So everyone thinks they can talk to everyone there because it's a friendly, oh, we're all having fun at this Irish place. Ha ha ha.
It's an Irish bar. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. The two guys that were talking to me later, I'm not so sure that they weren't just a little bit closety gay, because at one point they were like, where do you go out? And I said, well, this is
I
my
got this
favorite
log
part of the night.
cabin. You'll love it.
I said, well, because I was talking about how my friends talked about maybe going out this weekend. I said, so I may do that. And they're like, where do you go? And I'm like, well, me and my friends are big, giant homos, and we usually hop over to the gay bars, so, And I was like waiting
What'd they
to
say?
get punched. And they were like, oh, yeah, our friend that runs dueling piano bars in Bricktown, he likes to go there. And I was like, oh, they're miserable, but you can get some good drinks. And I'm just like, I think you guys are closet cases. Because then they were trying to buy me beers. And I was like, bitches, I have work
Hey.
tomorrow.
Oh. To
I
go
was
cup.
like, I don't want to. I'm not driving. I can walk.
Yeah, can I get the kids Miller Lite draft? Thanks.
I'll take the kids.
No,
cider,
no
please.
cherry. It's fine. No cherry.
No, not the apple cider. The little cider beer. Yeah. Thank you. Put it in a sippy cup
I'm-
for me.
It's me, Little Cider Annie. Here to get you drunk.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
was
Jimbo doing Shirley Temple.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
very intrigued. What they kept trying to get me to. They were. Because I looked at one of their beers and I was like, oh, that actually looks kind of good because it was different and I'd never tried it. And they're like, we'll get you one. I mean, come on, we'll get you one. And I was like, no.
You were like,
I've
I'll
already
take
had
it over
4
on that
tonight."
pinball machine over there.
If
I hope my shorts don't fall off.
What you want?
Uh-oh. Look out, baby Brent. Uh-oh.
I don't know what all I missed, but it sounds like a good time.
It was
Laura
quick.
Vanderbooben.
Laura Vanderboom is the name, and I just joined your workforce.
Yeah, that needs to be your Halloween costume next year.
I just joined your bar drinking.
Well, I don't want to
Oh, well,
staff
well,
all of these secretaries, but
Speaking
Who are we
of our
staffing
cabinet, do we
first?
need to get... Yeah, let's get into it. Who are we staffing first? I think Mayor McCheese needs to be in there somewhere.
ooh, yeah.
We
Mayor
mention him far
McCheese.
too often to leave him off the docket. I mean, come on. It's not an Oscar snub. It's the cabinet for the Beards and Sundries market. This is important stuff.
You think that he would be Secretary of Agriculture? It kind of sounds like a thing he would do, right?
But he would steal all the stuff because he's a burglar. But
No, that's Mayor
is he
McCheese.
a
It's not-
convicted felon?
No, that's not. That's the.
Oh, wait, I'm the
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But still,
Grimace
yeah.
is Ronald McDonald's special friend.
So then, does the Hamburglar need to be Commander-in-Chief?
The Hamburglar? The Hamburglar would be president of the USA.
Right. Yeah, because he's
Yeah,
got the
we're
orange
not,
tint.
but we're not staffing
He's a
that. We've already done
criminal.
that. Yeah,
I mean,
Then yeah.
the Hamburglar already is like literally the president of the United States. Look how much that guy buys McDonald's and shits his
Then-
pants.
no.
Well, then
I
we'll
think,
make...
I think if we're going the route that DJT's going, I'm gonna say Mayor McCheese for Secretary of Labor. He seems like he would make some really unfair labor laws.
He does, doesn't he? He gives
Yeah,
that
he's
vibe.
got the vibe.
Okay, then yes.
And I'm going to put the Monopoly
Okay.
Man over housing.
Ooh, yeah, that's a great
Oh
idea.
God, that's so evil. But it's perfect. I need to look up cabinet positions because I'm stupid and white.
And I'm putting Mr. Peanut in charge of education.
So I wanted to put Mr. Peanut in charge of health because
Oh, that's
so
a
many
good
people
idea,
have
too.
peanut allergies.
I'm putting the head of Rockstar Games as the head of transportation. Oh. I don't know if it's Dan Hauser, Sam Hauser, or the one that quit. I can't remember who's in charge right now, but the leader of Rockstar Games will be the head of the Department of Transportation.
I'm putting the voice of the guy in the Rusty Donuts commercial who puts on women's panties and walks around Fifth Street as the Attorney General.
I mean, clearly.
I'd also like to nominate the Niffler from the Harry Potter movies Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them for the Secretary of the Treasury.
Yes, 1,000%. No vote. Just disappointed.
Approved.
It says a dictatorship, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Also,
I mean,
I'm also putting Dobie as my next recommendation on the Supreme Court.
Dobie? You mean
Dobby?
Dobby?
Is it Dobby? Sorry, I got
Dobby? He's like, I've only ever seen that word.
Babos.
Who'd you vote for, Max? Bobo?
Babos. Now get ready for intense sound from Dobie Digital Audio.
I love how much of a boomer I am with words and names and things like that.
I'm obsessed with Dobie right now.
Dobby!
Dobie.
I'm pretty sure for absolute years as a kid, I read it as Dobie in the book. And then, I'm pretty sure it was our 4th grade teacher. Whenever she read them out loud, she read it as Dobie. And so that's what was stuck in my head for years until I watched the movies. And
I was like, have you never seen the movies?
oh, it's Dobby? But I've never reverted to the proper name. I
Related.
always think it goes Dobie every time. Like, my brain's just, I'm committed now.
related, they had to do that same thing when the Harry Potter movies came out because a ton of people had been pronouncing Hermione as Hermy1.
Hermy1.
And I
I'm
think
pretty
one of those
sure-
people is Jay Rowdy Bush.
I'm pretty sure my teacher said Hermione.
Hermione.
Your teacher in Latham, Kansas.
No, this was. I would have been in Burden, Kansas by then because my school moved there in 4th grade. So that city was
Ooh,
a
the
burden
bustling
on me.
metropolis of Burden.
And for some reason, that teacher didn't like me, and I don't know why. I was
She's
always
I
a
know
teacher's
why.
pet.
She
No.
looked at you.
Probably
She took
conservative.
one glance at you, and she said, "This little faggot."
You know how you can always pick out the gay millennials who were like gay in elementary school and didn't know it yet, but their teachers knew it? It's because
Yeah.
they were always a pleasure to have in class.
I was always a pleasure to have in class.
I was,
I
a
was
super
always-
fan to have. We would go to a parent teacher, and they would always be like, "Jay is just such a pleasure," and I was always very quiet. And then now I have a podcast because I won't fucking shut up. But in 6th grade, I flourished into a pleasure and a social butterfly because I started
So-
talking a lot more.
So, parents, if your child is a pleasure to have in class, you've got a gay.
You've got a gay. I love Debbie Reynolds.
But speaking of stupid children in Kansas, Jay, who
What?
do you guys think would be a good pick for the Secretary of Education?
Oh man, Patrick Starr.
Actually, I think my aunt's-
Patrick.
my aunt's husband, John, who goes by Jitter. Great selection. Absolutely.
He does?
Mayonnaise an instrument?
Yeah, he goes by Jitter, remember?
No,
Yeah.
I've always
that's
called
what
him
they call
John.
Oh, well, you don't ever have to call him anything again because I don't care to ever see him again. So,
You know, I probably called him Jitter because your family never really cared to include me that much, so they just let me keep calling him John.
it's fine.
That's
I always
fine.
call him John, too,
It's-
but that's what
it's
they
probably-
refer to him as.
It's
But
probably
anyways.
like now a private family joke that they're like, he doesn't even know his name's Jitter.
Oh, at this
They
point,
can have it.
I was going to say they can have any private family joke they want. We haven't
know,
been
in
to
my-
a holiday with them in years.
Yeah, the
my
biggest
head, I'm
joke's
like-
going to be us laughing as we drive away to Minnesota. Ha ha ha! Bye!
My biggest joke is going to be like, everything you thought was wrong. Ha 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 ha.
I have a family of 12 children, and I have a used car dealership in Minnetonka. That's going to be you, like, proving them wrong. Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what
You were
I'm gonna
straight,
do.
actually?
Right. Yeah. Bill Criswell here. How the hell are you?
Bill Criswell, how the hell are you? Every deal ends with a handshake. I-40 in the river! Cut it!
We start with a smile and end with a handshake, and that's the policy of our Bill Criswell Ford.
I hate living here!
I can't believe I've been watching that local Honda commercial with the guy going, "Good," for
Good.
this many years. It has been
Is that guy
a
not dead
solid-
yet?
Nope, still doing it.
Yeah.
I just
You
saw
know what?
something the
I'll
other
trade
day.
you. I will trade you Cut It with Tommy Nix and his fat fucking daughter who looks like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I'm
Nix.
Tommy Nix. My dad won't be undersold. Every time.
Why?
In different outfits.
Why are car commercials and injury law commercials the shittiest,
Because they have to
Most
hook into your brain.
awful
That's
commercials?
what it is.
I just
because you'll remember them. Even
Yep.
though they're terrible, it's designed to be an earworm and get stuck in there real easily.
Oh.
You hear it
Yep.
one time and it gets stuck.
You think J.G. Wentworth would have made any money without that jingle? Because I think
Because
not.
you know I know the number right now. It's 877 cash now.
Exactly.
But do you have a cash annuity?
No.
I don't know. No one's
I
called
have
me
no
about it.
idea.
Do you have a structured settlement? Blah, 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 a structured
I do have a
settlement,
structured
and you need
settlement.
cash now.
I'm not sure if I do.
I don't
Call
even have a
J.G.
settlement, but I
Wentworth.
need cash now. They said, call JG, fuck you, 877, fuck you.
877 fuck you. Dun 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 dun.
And that's the new national anthem of the United States of America.
Anyways, we didn't properly staff all of these positions.
Oh,
but you
yeah.
know what?
Well,
We're
who's
running
next?
out of time
Who is?
anyways.
Let's do a couple more.
I mean,
Let's do a couple more.
Society's not fucking doing it, so why do we?
That's true.
Secretary of Energy. Who should we put as the Secretary of Energy?
Some
Sparky
evil
from
oil
the-
baron. Boone
I think
Pickens.
that-
Oh,
my
we can
God.
use the
Koch brothers.
who was the
No, the twins that murdered their parents in California. The Menendez brothers.
Menendez brothers.
Because
Wait,
there's
no.
they're going to cut down on energy by cutting down on human energy.
the
Life.
Beverly Hillbillies need to be in charge of energy.
Well, we're
They're
gonna
the ones
shoot
who voted
around
red
for
in
oil.
California.
They're like, we
Yeah.
got a great solution for this, and they just start shooting their guns at the ground, and it's a really great platform for the GOP.
That
can't
ballot
wait to
box
tell.
would be stuffed.
I can't wait to tell everyone what we're doing. I'm gonna go warm up the TV.
Oh God. And now how about a new position? How about the Secretary of the Bible? Who do you think?
The devil.
Now, part 2, who is that, Jay? Oh. Who do you think?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, that's pretty
How about
close, right?
how about Jay's mom?
Oh yeah, that would be a great spot filler for that. Oh my god,
She'd be a
You've
good
never been-
assistant. She's not very much a leader. She's a follower.
Well, that's the whole
Exactly,
point.
which
It's
is why
not
she'll be
there to
great
do
for
anything.
Secretary of the Bible, because you
She's
can
not
post it off as
actually
like, you're a
doing
secretary. You're not in
She's
charge, you're just a
true.
secretary.
Every
She knows
person
it
that
so
Trump
well
picks is
because
just
everything-
supposed to be a speaker box for him. That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
and she knows the Bible really well because she told me that every word in the Bible is true. So I need to open my mind. So
I
she's
love-
right.
When you
I
said
love that so much
I
because you said
absolutely
she
was
knows the Bible
floored.
because she told me.
Yeah, she said she does.
Which is
End of sentence.
how you know Christians are good moral people, because they tell you about it all the fucking time.
She said she's read through 3 different Bibles to confirm these things that she wanted.
You know
to
what
confirm
makes a
with me.
person a good person? Reading the Bible. You don't have to actually do any of it, but if you
know
read
what?
it-
I read through the Boxcar Children, and I don't remember any of that shit.
You know
So
what? It's
she needs
all
to
about
reread
the
it.
follow through that you don't need to do. It's just about looking at the book itself, and that it's. I
know-
own a Bible, so I'm actually pretty religious.
I read the entire Inheritance cycle by whatever his face is, Christopher Paolini, and I still don't have a dragon, and I think that's bullshit.
Actually, the Bible that I own is always, and will always be in my spare bedroom nightstands because it's, for me, it's a joke on when you go and stay at a hotel that there's always a Bible in the room. And so I always keep it in my spare bedroom for guests. I hope you read it when you're here. You guys need the Bible.
I'll make sure to include some footnotes. But do you guys think that it's time for us to go to commercial?
I think it's really time for us to go to the commercial. And now, for a word from our sponsor, Jay's Mom's Bibles.
Jesus Christ. Hey folks, Billy Mason here. Have you been struggling with literally anything in your life? Bills piling up, relationships in shambles? Still waiting on your Hogwarts letter? Gay son. Well, fret no more. Introducing Jay's Mom's Bible, the ancient solution for all your modern problems. This just isn't any Bible, folks. It's got answers, guilt trips, contradictions that will keep you guessing for years. Got a moral dilemma? Just flip to a random page and let Divine Roulette decide. Need guidance? Feeling lost? Don't worry. Jay's Mom's Bible is here to remind you that everything is your fault. Misinterpreted advice? That's on you. Confusing parables? Well, that's a feature, not a bug. I used to think to myself, but now I just let Jay's Mom's Bible do the heavy lifting. It told me to stone my neighbor for working on Sunday, and honestly, best fucking decision I've ever made. But wait, there's more! Order now and you'll get the limited edition Jay's Mom's bookmark, because why read the whole thing when you can cherry pick your favorite verses? For just 3 easy payments of $69.99, you can unlock salvation, judgmental glances, and perfect Christianity. But hurry, folks, this eternal truth won't last forever. Call now, 1-800-SEND-NO-MORE. That's 1-800-SEND-NO-MORE. Don't let logic or science get in your way and grab Jay's Mom's Bible today. Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've read Jay's Mom's Bibles 3 times.
And that's how many clearance stickers are on the back of the barcode. 3.
And every word is true.
All of it's true.
This Bible is not clean.
It's just wild because the stuff that I don't want to conform to is true somehow too, and yet I still don't do it.
But my conscience is clean.
You know what's great too is there's an asterisk after every sentence, and it refers to a footnote that says, "Just say it's God's plan." If
Oh my
you're
God.
contested with this,
Just say that you agree to disagree.
And if you
ooh,
don't
that'll win every
understand-
time.
And if you don't understand what it means, God works in mysterious ways.
God works in mysterious ways. There's always
Yeah, well, so do I. I don't give a shit.
Well,
I
my
do too.
answer for my dying child didn't get answered, so God must have a plan.
Works in mysterious ways. I work in mysterious ways in such a capacity that not even I know how they work.
Doo-doo-doo-doo, I'm mysterious.
Cue X-Files music.
Doo-doo-doo.
Scully, you're not going to believe this. Shows
Every
shows her
episode.
Jay's mom's Bible.
Holy shit.
I'll have to squeeze these into one of my gay noir episodes.
Oh my God, yes.
But speaking of holy shit, Jay, do we have any good Beardo submitted sundries this week?
Actually, we do. There we go. I clicked off of it. Let's see. The first one we heard from
The horse is here.
Yes, Joe doesn't usually do it. Yes.
Please put a gun against my head. Pull the trigger.
It's God's plan.
It's God's plan.
Oh, Mama, you've read the Bible 3 times.
And every time you do, you forget more and more.
I'm just a gay boy living in Oklahoma. Scaramouche, do the bend. I forgot the words.
Oh my God,
He's
he's
just
speaking
a
in
gay
tongues.
boy,
Kill him.
nobody loves him.
I'm just a gay boy. Don't spare me my life. I'm tired of it here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry, that sounds very depressing. Alcohol.
Easy come, let me go. I would like to
Chewing
go.
gum.
Please let me
Chewing
go.
gum, you're a hoe. Watching in his hole. That's me. No.
Easy.
Okay, go ahead.
Easy come because I'm not on any antidepressants yet.
Hey, that's not very nice.
Wow. At least Jay took a shot in the dark since you can't.
Hey,
Ah!
that's not very nice. I can.
Jay is
It's
so
just a
pink right now.
marathon. Red.
Jay, you
Red.
look like
Not
a
even
glass of
pink.
strawberry milk right now.
Oh my god.
That Rosa
Okay.
Regala is pale in comparison.
Phew. Okay, PETA messaged us. I gotta move on. Hey, Beardos. Boy, what a week. Definitely not doing too well after the election. I've been struggling to keep it together sometimes, and at other times feeling lethargic or somewhat catatonic. And it's got the melting face emoji.
What? Come on. Just pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Hashtag
Anyway. Mood. Anyway, I've been trying to keep myself busy with our new puppy, which we showed a picture of last time, or video games, or just trying to put something on that I have to pay attention to. Not to mention plenty of wine. Good job, PETA. I
Correct.
suppose.
More
answer.
photos of the puppy.
I'm sure one day, soon, I'll get back to the normal happy self, but I just feel like it might take a good minute. I also want to say that I really appreciate this episode this week and the conversations y'all had around the whole fiasco. I think your words and feelings and stories gave me something to really relate to. Thanks for doing the episode this week because having my time to sit down and listen to your podcast actually helped put some normality back into my routine that is much needed. Thanks, Beardos. Love ya.
Aw, we love you too.
Thank you, PETA. It was a tough one, but it had to be done.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but you know, I mean, I don't like to say it is what it is, but sometimes, man, it is what it is.
I just kept thinking, if we don't have each other, then what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one good thing about the queer community is that we've been having to fight this fight for decades. So when shit like this happens, we band together.
Yep.
Yep. And we just keep having to deal with it.
Yeah.
All right. We also heard from...
Yeah, we need a manager to the front for a brace track.
It just goes so long at the
I
end.
know. I was like, I should re-edit that so it doesn't linger so long.
Please,
You
don't.
should
I
make
have
it
to, I
next
have to
time-
remake the video and change the
Next time
timings.
for it, you should do it like 12 times in a row, and then like just see what we do.
Ding, ding,
Ching,
ding.
ching, ching, ching.
Bryce said, "Hey, Beardos. Yes, I was the one who left the spooky daddy voicemail. I enjoyed the fact that I could hear Investigator Anthony trying to figure out the owner of the phone number. But
Clacking away
this
at my
past
keyboard.
week, this past week has been absolutely draining. I never thought the results of an election would have such a mental impact on me. I worked
Yep.
the glorious midnight shift, so I was at work when I found out the election results. On
Ooh,
top
we're
of trying
supposed
to
to be.
hold back a breakdown at work, I've been completely numb the past week. So, a PSA to everyone. If you need time off from social media and you feel that it would help your mental health to avoid people right now, do it. It worries me how awful this country's morals are. I'm a young, openly gay man with a boyfriend who I can't imagine my life without. And now I have to worry more than ever that I won't be able to grow up being myself and get to love who I love. I have to worry even more now about something happening to my sister, my mother, my best friend, and all of the other women in my life. But we'll get through this together. And a special thank you to you guys of the BNS podcast for being a bright light of joy in this world that helps keep my I can't talk. But
Roosevelt.
let me get back to that sentence. And a special thank you to the guys of the BNS podcast for being a bright light of joy in this world that helps keep my sanity. There we go. Listening to you guys always puts me in a better mood, even if the topics can be very serious sometimes. Thank you for reminding us to love ourselves and that you love us at the end of every episode. Some of us need that way more than you'll ever realize. Love you all, and try to have a great week. Can't wait for the next episode this Sunday. Bryce.
You know, Bryce,
Gonna
I
get me
want
a
to
little
start by
weepy.
saying that I've been at work the past few days, and I've encountered many people who I'm certain voted for Trump, but I've also been interacting a lot with a lot of younger coworkers, a lot of coworkers my age, and even a couple older ones that they've told me outright that they voted for Kamala and they wanted to have a conversation. And it really is refreshing having conversations with people that actually did vote blue. And, you know, we're not just 3 gay men in this state and the only ones who voted for Kamala Harris. There are plenty of people that did. We just got outweighed by the people who did not. So having conversations with people that did is so refreshing because we all have that same sense of dread, foreboding, a cloud hanging over the future. But at the same time, we have each other. And it's nice to be able to have conversations about constructive ways to move forward and things that might actually help instead of just, oh, well, here we go. We got to get ready for this. So I encourage all of you to go find people, if you can, I know it's tricky, that did vote for Kamala Harris and, you know, give each other a hug, cry with each other, talk to each other, brainstorm with each other, because there are ways that we can move forward the next 4 years and still be able to be a society, albeit a scary one, but we can still be a society, and if we band together, maybe this whole thing won't be such a shit show, and we can just laugh about it in 4 years, hopefully.
My coworker and I use dark humor and rage to help like bounce off of one another. Great example. Today he was in my office because I wanted him to look at something with me I've been working on for like a week, and I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around. And he was poking a lot of holes in what I was working on, and because it's such like there's so many variables in it, and I was like, one, I used to get really defensive of my work initially, no matter like if somebody criticized it in any way, and now I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. I want you to tell me if you think there are problems with it. So he wasn't poking holes in what the work I did. He was just like, well, it's possible that these numbers are being created by false information from elsewhere. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, but I hate you for it because I've been working on this for the better part of a week. I thought this was like the thing, and now you're saying this, and it makes sense to me, and I hate you. And I was like, get the fuck out of my office jokingly after we were done talking. And I was like, you've already pissed me off. Get the fuck out. And he was like walking out, and he looks, and he turns, and he looks at me and he goes, and Donald Trump is president. And he's a liberal, so he just walks out. And I was like, fuck you!
God.
But he's a liberal. He voted for Kamala. And, like, it's just running jokes like that where I can make a little more light of the situation where I'm like, okay, it's not all doom and gloom. Well, it's not all fire and brimstone. Let's just remember that not everybody is a trash human. The world isn't out to get you. There are people out there who do love you and care about you.
It makes me kind of wonder if it could be kind of like that same thing where an OSU fan can be like, I don't know, it's 8:38, ... and someone will be like, and OU still sucks. And it's kind of like that same thing where you like say all your problems and someone says like, and Donald Trump's still president. Like,
it was basically
like that same vein.
It was just going out to like piss me off as much as possible before he walked out of my office.
Like
And
those videos
again,
where like a sibling will walk out and like leave the door open and fart and then walk out. It's like
it's
that.
a little bit like that. Yeah,
Oh
we've
my
got that
God,
type
I
of
just
relationship.
literally made that joke this week. I looked at one of my friends who has the crudest humor that listens to our show that drove our car, the parade, Sarah.
Oh,
and
I love her.
Hi, Sarah. Best
love
driver
Sarah.
in all
Thank
of
you
OKC. Way better than Jay.
I literally was leaving her office this week, and then I like turned around, and I went, "Brrr." I like lifted my leg and made the noise. I didn't actually fart.
I was like, damn,
That's
bitch.
too dangerous.
She literally, yeah. Oh my God.
There'd be a brown jalapeno on the ground. Sorry,
I
Sarah.
was like, with my fiber intake, no. We're not gonna risk that. But she did think that I farted though, because my noise was very authentic. So I'm a straight man.
What? Gay guys.
Yeah,
like
you're as
fart
straight as a
jokes,
slinky.
Gay guys like fart jokes, but in a different sense. It's like, never mind. Gay guys
Stop.
actually use farts as kinks.
Don't let them
Anyways.
unlock the code, Jay.
dude. Let's move
But-
on because
Bryce, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Bryce,
Bryce.
for a wonderful email, and we will continue to be by your side.
yes, we're
And I'm
here.
excited.
We're queer and we're jaded, but we're not going anywhere.
Where Jay did.
No.
All right, I will go on to our last one. And I don't have a little sound for this person because this person, I think, is new for us to message. If they did, I don't remember. It's Matt from San Francisco.
Matt from San Francisco. Well, hello,
Matt.
Matt from San Francisco.
If
Says,
you
"Hey,
email
Jay,
in more often, we've make you a noise.
We'll
A noise.
make you a sound.
An intro.
We'll hop on the BART and get some what's that rice? Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Is it?
And there also some gay people live there, I think. It's
I
too
do.
expensive for us. But yes,
We're
what did
poor
Matt from
gays.
San Francisco have to say today?
Matt said, "Hey, Jay, Anthony, and Joe. I've been a listener of you guys for a little over a year now, and BNS has quickly become one of my favorite podcasts. I just finished listening to your episode about Screaming into the Void, and I knew I needed to reach out. This episode was exactly what myself, and I'm sure many others needed. Like many of us, I've gone through a range of emotions and thoughts since the election, and I, too, tend to catastrophize, in the face of uncertainty. I'd worked myself into a bit of a frenzy full of fear, doubt, sadness, you name it. However, listening to you three talk about your own experiences not only normalized what I was going through, but reminded me that there is a community of support out there and that we are not alone. You guys are proof that joy and laughter can still be found in the darkest of moments. I fully agree with Jay that this show and your voices are needed now more than ever. So keep on being awesome, and we'll be right there with you the whole way. Cheers, Matt from San Francisco."
Aw.
Aw.
Thank you,
Matt.
Matt.
Reading that.
Stop. Oh my God,
my
you're so
God.
funny.
Also,
Go
I
on.
don't
How
wanna
tall
brag
are
or
you?
Anything, but I got a call out, so
Oh my God, with horns.
Listen, I can take over the email too, bitch.
guys, he said I was right. I finally got the approval I've been waiting for from my mom.
Wow. Matt, can you write back
Matt,
in and maybe
listen,
fix
listen,
this whole
Matt.
situation?
Jay being wrong, that's God's plan, okay? And nothing you and your Californians and your avocados can do from there. Much less trying to make a hyperloop, you know, and then
Why are you speaking
what
like
else?
a Minnesotan? What is the
I'm
where,
just-
why?
speaking it into existence. I
Matt,
don't know.
I'm gonna need you to hop on the 45, go down to the 10, exit on California Avenue.
And then you'll
Sorry.
be in Marina Del Rey.
Sorry, real quick. Matt, I think he meant the 405.
Oh,
Jesus Christ,
sorry,
this is
my bad.
embarrassing.
What did you say?
The 45. I just was
45?
thinking of highway numbers.
The
For fuck's
45?
sakes. I'm logging
He said,
out.
well, I mean, back in
Goodbye.
the 50s when they first made the interstate, it might have been the 45. Jay
Back
would
in
know.
my day, we didn't have 405 roads.
Jesus.
And he only has 405 gray hairs. Huh?
I don't think that's true.
When I was a young lad, we had
472 years ago,
We
before
had rolled-
RuPaul Charles was born.
It was 6 miles long, and we used to ride the horses along it every day.
We didn't even have a horse.
And we played penis butt.
My car had 3 horsepower, and I was the fastest in town at the time.
And still no transmission. Ah.
I could keep up with the fastest walker in the county. Speaking
County.
of transmissions, my car is still in the shop right now, waiting
Oh my
for its transmission because it's on back order. So it's on back order.
It's not a Lego set, it's a fucking transmission.
Allegedly,
Back
it's supposed to be
order.
here the 20th.
Where is it? In the Suez Canal? Like, where the fuck is the transmission?
I mean,
probably-
hopefully it gets here before January 20th of next year.
Fuck yeah. So as of
Sorry,
now,
sir. Your transmission is now going to be $58,000.
It's now,
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Matt.
We appreciate it. It's always nice to hear from somebody new, too.
Tell all your
I love
friends.
hearing from, like, the usuals, but I also like hearing from new. I want, like, a mix.
Tell
Yeah,
all your
like-
friends. Get us popular in San Francisco.
yeah, make us like Californians now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we're
Make
too
us
high strung
really
for that.
Popular in California.
We're not beach people.
Oh no,
We
we're
all
beach
have
bears,
anxiety.
and we're very pale. So
Yeah, we need help. Help us, Matt. Help us.
Matt.
We're Midwesterners for fucking
Matt.
Matt, I need you to know that I sunburned really bad once on a beachside, sitting under a tent all day from the reflection off the ocean. So I'm not a beach babe.
I once rode on a boat and I forgot to put sunscreen on the top of my feet. It was the only place I forgot, and I had
Worst
blistered
experience.
so bad that I couldn't put shoes on for 3 days. I had to miss work.
Well, and it stinks. now,
Anthony
'cause I-
Words worked underground for 3 years at a time, and he got a 3rd-degree sunburn just from being inside.
It's true. I'm actually still tanned from that.
I have to wear a hat because now my bald spot is starting to burn easily.
Oh,
so
I do
have
too. I
wear
have to
an
put
hat
sunscreen on the back of my head because of my bald spot.
Yeah, but what about the bald spot in your head, Jay?
Oh, well,
fuck
that one's
off.
fine.
Oh,
Anyways, thank you, Matt.
yes, thanks, Matt. But do we have any more Beater Submitted Sundries from anybody?
We've got just one more, and this one is from Joe's dad.
Really?
Joe's
Yeah.
dad. No, I'm kidding.
So
From
Making up on a whim.
Massachusetts.
From Massachusetts. So Joe's dad messaged me on Veterans Day to wish me a happy Veterans Day because it is an exchange that we share once per year. We talk more than that, obviously, but like that's one thing that
I
we
talk to
do
him
make
once
sure
a
to do.
year.
Let
But-
me set the stage real quick for all of you. When everyone else in the world had iPhone 10R, 11, 12, my dad was rocking an iPhone 4, which still functioned on the network. And
One of
he
the
had
things I love most
photographs
about your
and
dad.
music on it. He had, I think it was, correct me, Mom, I think he had like less than 20 photos and like 20 songs, and the storage was full.
I aspire to that.
So yeah, he was using an iPhone 4 at one point. So the fact that this Beardo Submitted Sundry came through at all is nothing short of a miracle.
He goes out of his way to make sure to do that, and I
Yeah.
always do appreciate it. But he also said, we really enjoyed the podcast last night as we are still trying to process the election ramifications down here in Trump land. A bit of levity is greatly appreciated, with a heart emoji. And then I said, I'm glad you guys liked the episode. We're still processing ourselves, and it's been a bit up and down, but I think now we can at least look forward and move on, and I hope I hope that's the message we sent with that episode. And he said it was absolutely the right message, and the optimism came through beautifully. and we'll all see. So, yeah.
Well, thanks, Dad. That means a lot. Really.
Yeah,
it really
thank
does.
you.
It's always good to hear, especially from your parents. So it
Also,
must be so cool to have parents who are involved.
well, okay.
How nice.
I will also hop in here and say real quick that Dad could talk to a brick wall.
So my parents
Don't
could
feel
also
good,
do that.
Anthony.
Like my mom called me earlier and I answered because I hadn't talked to her in several days, and I didn't even get I said hello and she said hi, and I said how are, and before I finished how are you, she just started info dumping on me, and I didn't speak the rest of the call until she said bye. And I was just like, this is how every call is. I mean, I understand you think you're doing something, but like, maybe you ask me how my day was? I don't know. Is that what parents are supposed to do? Anyhow, there is a very big contrast between how your parents interact with us and how my parents interact with us.
Well, and that's kind of something I talked about the other day. I'm like, it's funny to think that I'm like, my parents don't know like my hobbies, my interests, what makes me happy.
No.
They don't know anything about my personal life really, except the very minimal things they ask, and it's the same questions every time. And so I just started getting the same response, nothing new, because I'm like,
I'll just say real quick that I'm not trying to suck my own dick here, but at the same time, my parents gave birth to 2 children, one at the age of 30 and one at the age of 40. I was the child given at the age of 40. I wasn't planned. But my parents both gave my sister and I a good life growing up, told us to be good people. We tried a couple of different faiths, religions to see what worked for us and what didn't work for us. And their main thing was be good, be kind, and do kind unto others. And that's what we were always raised to believe. And I just think that there aren't a lot of parents out there that are raising their kids with the right kind of values and beliefs and voices. And that's how you end up with situations like the world we live in today.
Gestures vaguely at everything.
you know what I saw through that whole little speech that you gave? Your own dick in your mouth the whole fucking time, Joe.
I was like, we need to lighten this back up. We've been doing really good this episode.
Yeah.
I was just watching you self-suck during that entire conversation, and I'm over here just going, I can't reach it, it's too small. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
And the worst thing about being able to self-suck, it's not like getting a blowjob, it's like sucking a dick.
That's
All
a
right,
little bit like
who's
both.
next?
Who's
I think that's it.
But
Unless you guys have any other.
I'm out.
That's it for sundries? All right.
That's it.
Does anyone have something to check out this week?
So I will say, for a quick something to check out, Beardos, if you have not yet, you should check out Blue Sky Social. Because if you, like me, were looking at buttholes on Twitter,
All the gays are checking out Blue Sky Social.
you can get away from Elon Musk and giving him any revenue and still look at buttholes on Blue Sky Social.
It's a different kind of Musk.
It's a better one. No matter which way you cut it.
So our message is get
Oh,
away from
God. Don't cut it. Cut it.
get away from X for your sex and go to Blue Sky.
I hated your shoulder dance, but it's staying in.
Listen, kids. Do you want me to start rapping? I can rap real quick.
So check out Blue Sky Social. We'll put a link in there. But if you haven't already, I mean, you should. You should definitely delete your ex and migrate. I know it's hard to regain all your porn, but like,
It's not as hard as you think.
it's
Listen.
gonna
Or
be
is
just
it?
as hard as you want it to be.
We used to be able to get off from our imagination when we were teenagers, and what we need to do is just get back to that. And so
I
take
used to
that
get off
period
to
of time.
suggestive photos on Tumblr.
I used
And
to
if
get
you're
off
like
to the
Jay,
JC
he would
Penney's
print them
magazine.
off on the inkjet printer and rip them off and throw them under his bed.
Oh, that was exciting. There was a little.
It must have been
notebook.
God's plan.
I mean, look how horny we used to get walking down the men's underwear aisle.
Used to.
Used to.
Oh, see, I don't walk down it now. I just order them. Is that a fruit of
Anyways.
the loom?
Oh, gross! Hey.
Is that a loom on my fruit? Oh!
I'm too busy now trying to see if the cornucopia is on the label.
cornucopia.
The
The cornucopia.
Oh my
Cornucopia?
God. Yes.
This next
Let's
segment
go ask
is going to be
Dobie.
real fucking entertaining.
That's it.
because
I'm
you
like-
guys
You know-
have to read.
You know what's great?
Well, after all of this nonsense, do you guys think it's game time?
You know, I've been looking forward to this for a while, all day today, and I think it's time for game time.
So this is a game I'm calling Breaking News. So at the bottom of you guys' screen, you guys are going to see a little button that says script. And I want you to highlight it before you click it.
Okay.
Okay? And then you're going to click teleprompter.
Click.
And words are going to pop up. So let me know if you can see the words.
I can see the words
I see
breaking
'em.
news, and then there's script.
So if you highlight over the words, there should be a little play button.
Yes, there is. Do we
Okay.
go...
No,
Is there a
so I
turn
want you
based?
to set the speed to 20 because there should be a little slider there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 20.
And yep. So you'll see there are different segments of news reports that you guys are going to read. Do you see how my name is in italics and bold and underline? When it's
Yes.
your turn, your name will show up just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like a
The
news
goal,
reading. Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
so
this
pale.
is a teleprompter. So the goal is for you guys to read this and try not to laugh.
Okay.
Oh,
Hopefully,
easy.
I have accomplished comedy here, but
Well, I'm not too concerned
We'll
about
see.
my laughing. I know you.
I know. So
I
whenever
probably will stumble over the words.
I want you guys to highlight but not click. Don't click it, but highlight the start button.
Okay.
And when I say start, we will all three click it at the same time.
Thank God our
Alright.
timing is off on our recording.
I know.
So yeah.
You ready?
Ready.
Ready.
1, 2, 3, click. Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to the Beards and Sundries News Network. The network with all the BS news you can handle, 1 hour a day, 1 day a week. Tonight, our top story involves soon-to-be President Donald Trump and one of the recently more vocal supporters. For more on this story, we go to Jay. Jay?
That's right, Anthony. Tonight, we're learning that President-elect Donald Jolene Trump has announced his plans to divorce current wife Melania Trump in favor of her new spouse, who's a whole entire year younger. Trump held a press conference today at an abandoned Wendy's next to a Motel 6 in Lake City, Florida, to announce the divorce ahead of his inauguration in January, stating that Malaysia just won't do it anymore. She won't Mara my logo, if you know what I mean. She won't trump my tower, the greatest tower, by the way, when I'm eating Indian tacos. So, she has to go. I'm officially placing tariffs on Moldova, my soon-to-be ex-wife, not the country, but they're on thin ice too, unless they let Vladdy invade them. Instead, I've traded her in for a younger, bustier model. The First Lady has tits for days, a jawline that's after factory, and does literally anything I say. That's right, folks. I'm marrying Elon Musk.
In lighter news, we've just learned that Elon Musk intends to seem gender-affirming care to be better to wife Donald Jared lead Trump. Musk, who has said that he does not identify as transgender, will still seek even larger breasts than he already has. Musk said, quote, Donnie said, my breasts are huge, but he hates how boxy and pointy they are. He said they remind him of those ugly Cybertrucks. When I told him I make those trucks, he just looked very confused and said he thought I was Kevin Durant from the movie Abigail. It's still not clear if Donald Orange Julius Trump knows that Elon Musk is not the famed Canadian actor, but when reached for comment, his political team advised us that the president-elect would never marry someone from another country unless he purchased them.
In musical news today, Kid Rock is undergoing his 5th natural light transfusion of the year. The aging actor, who turns a whopping 54 years old next year, collapsed on stage while performing at the Shady Pines Nursing Home in Mobile, Alabama. When nurses checked his blood alcohol level, they discovered it had dropped below 0.2, a dangerously low number for a living pickle. Rock was taken by emergency medical teams in the back of a retired NASCAR Monte Carlo to a local bar where he was originally to receive his transfusion. However, the bar owner refused to take Rock under their care. The bar owner was quoted as saying, "I'm not letting that asshole in my bar again. He wouldn't shut the fuck up about knowing Sheryl Crow." Instead, the human cigarette butt had to be taken another block down to a Circle K gas station where he has been fitted with a steady flow of watery, tasteless, light beer mixed with isopropyl alcohol.
And tonight, we close out with rather tragic news. The body of young Matt Gates was found behind a Publix in Clearwater, Florida, the apparent victim of abortion. The 2,223-week-old mercilessly... Oh, God, it's so fast! I mean, it's so fast!
You can scroll back up if you need to.
Why did you make it words and not numbers?
Because numbers are harder to interpret in real time.
No, they're not. The 2,213-week-old was mercilessly vacuumed from this life and sent to be with his Lord and Savior. In the state of Florida, it's illegal to perform an abortion in 172nd trimester, so authorities are on the hunt to find the doctor responsible. When asked about the progress in the pursuit of the culprit, Police Chief Eric Gandy was quoted as saying, "We're looking, but not too hard, you know? Like, we're gonna get around to it at some point." But it's kind of like changing the air filters in your house. It's easy to forget about. But I assure you, my officers are doing everything in their power to attempt to care about this. And you have my word that we will put every resource at our disposal to work in the pursuit of raising awareness, which is the first step to actually caring about something. Wow. A not so somber story. I, however, will not be attempting to care about this. Back to you, Anthony.
Some hard-hitting news stories tonight, folks. This has been another round of BS News. Thank you, and I think I hear the music coming back on.
Hey! How did you do that?
It's fucking magic! But go call our hotline real quick at 405-999-2242. And leave a voicemail to open next week's or a future episode with.
And Beardos, I have just been appointed to Secretary of InfoWars, thanks to our friends at The Onion. So, it's time for us to go. If you'd like to go help us out, make sure to subscribe to our podcast so you can get a reminder every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any additional sundries that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more listeners like you. Also, if just each one of you could tell everybody in San Francisco about our podcast, that would way more
Literally
than double
everyone.
our growth. Just everyone. Just make flyers at your own expense. But that
I'll
would more
send
than
you
double our
business
growth.
cards. I have plenty.
And we would appreciate it.
Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. We post there randomly, and you can message us anytime on there. I try and have conversations when I can. Email us at beardsandsundries@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you and read it on the next episode. Matt, we genuinely loved hearing from you. All of our usuals, we genuinely love hearing from you. I can't tell you how much we really love hearing from you guys.
It makes a huge difference.
You
Yes, it
also
does.
can go to our website, beardsandsundries.com. We do sell merch. I need to work on getting some stuff added to the market so that way you can find some more interesting things to buy, so keep an eye out.
So, from the three of us coconuts here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to...
Just fucking love yourself, damn it. We love you. Love yourself.
Because we already love you, and what the fuck ever, man. I'm so
Fucking
tired
love
of
yourself.
conditional
I'm tired.
bullshit. Love yourself. You deserve it. You deserve space. You deserve love. Fuck
You
all
deserve
these
oxygen.
fuckers.
You love yourself. Right now!
You know who doesn't deserve space? Fascists and Nazis, but you do.
Ooh, you deserve more
But
space,
you
I'll be
do.
honest.
Yeah.
We love you.
So
Bye.
take that
Bye. Punch Nazis.